Hey there everybody, this is PotterBrony. Welcome to another blind reaction on My Little Pony Adventures Magic Season 6, Episode 20, Viva Lost Pegasus. Okay, before I get into what I think this episode is going to be about and then the actual episode, I just want to say something, get out of the way, let everybody know how I'm doing. I'm going to thank everybody for their kind words and condolences for earlier this week, the loss of my grandmother. The family is doing alright, as well as can be expected. It's not like this was a total surprise. Unfortunately, she's been ill for a little while now, and is just been fading really, really bad for the past few weeks. And, so, really we've had time to, process what was going to happen, and get ready for it, and prepare ourselves for it, because we knew it was coming, but it was just a matter of when, you know. So this past week did everything that would need to be done, mainly helping out like my mother and my aunt and all that with what they need done. So it was interesting. It was like had one really just one moment that I wanted to discuss upon. It's people not showing, proper respect to, to the dead and all that. Okay, we were in the funeral procession, had the police escort and everything, had the hearse, line of cars. So we were going from the church to the cemetery, and somebody just completely cut me off, screaming and honking at my cousin who was driving in front of me. And, yeah, just cut right into the procession. It was like, I know I'm not supposed to get angry, but that was one of the most furious I've ever been in my life. Just, what the hell is wrong with you? We've got these big placards in our windows that say funeral. There's a police escort. There's a hearse. What the fuck is your problem? Just, wanted to get that off my chest. Just wanted to, we talked about it and it was just, I don't know how the hell he could have missed that if he did miss it. I don't believe that anybody could be that big of an asshole, but this guy apparently was. So that's out of the way. Again, want to thank you all, like I said, for your kind words and everything. But I'm actually doing better. I've had this week. I'm doing fairly well. So decided I like doing the reaction videos. I like doing this stuff, and I want to continue on doing it. So just why not continue on as per normal. I just wouldn't have the time during the week to upload everything, so I just did it earlier on Monday altogether, and then got it out of the way and had this past week to focus on what I needed to. Alright, so, like I said, Viva Lost Pegasus, episode number 20, season 6. Not sure what to expect from it other than possible world building. I mean, we've heard of Lost Pegasus before, now we get to see it. I'm wondering what type of representation they're going to show of Lost Pegasus. Is it going to be like a 70s version of it, like they had in, say, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? I'm expecting possibly some cameos of Vegas-related movies and television shows. I'm going to try to spot what I can, but I'm just going to probably be focused on the episode. I'm not really all that good at spotting the hidden stuff. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but what are you gonna do? So, I'm sure if there are the cameos, I'll get comments, hey, such and such a time, you missed this guy. So yeah, I've really no idea what to expect from this episode. Looking forward to it, want to see what's gonna happen. So let's just get it started. And, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, and go.
The map is sending us where?
Las Pegasus?
Fluttershy and Applejack.
Las Pegasus is a wild vacation spot. It's just one big party.
All those lights and sounds, Not to mention the crowds. Oh, just the thought of it is over.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice to go there.
Pegasus doesn't seem like either of your cups of tea, but I have total faith you wouldn't have been called unless you were the perfect ponies for the job.
Probably not as
From
bad as
experience, because
you
yeah,
can't just be a loud, obnoxious party all the time.
yeah, you'd be surprised.
Applejack? It isn't as bad as we thought.
It's worse.
You're right. It's worse.
Nice design.
I'm going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
And we're parking J-on-net, people spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading on up to South Park, gonna see if I can't unwind. Come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine.
And we're back. Okay, so I don't know what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting desert, to be perfectly honest.
Do you think the map could be on the freeway?
Not a cloud city like Cloudsdale, but then again, Las Pegasus. What could I have been expecting? It was a great design. I liked it.
If Twilight
So,
trusts the
and
man,
how yapping?
so do I.
Let's watch.
All we have to do is solve our friendship problem and get back home. Of course, we have to find it first.
And make sure to experience our signature.
Sure, it's like Cirque du Soleil.
Fantastic! Trust me when I say you've never seen anything like it. Unparalleled acrobatics, unique animal antics. Your only regret will be that you didn't see it sooner. And like everything at this amazing, incredible, I can't believe it even exists.
That's supposed to be like Siegfried and Roy in that poster.
Is brought to you by the chair pony of kindness, Landmaid himself.
Elvis.
Wow, this Gladman sure seems impressive.
Well, it is a little embarrassing, but the crowd seemed to like it.
Yep, Elvis.
For Gladman?
Just glad Maine will do. And it's a pleasure to meet actual cohorts of the Princess of Friendship. Thank you.
All right, so they do know.
Thank you very much.
You know who we are?
I'm what you might call a friendship connoisseur. So naturally, I'm familiar with the friends of the great Twilight Sparkle.
And here I thought,
Fluttershy, it's an
They're-
honor to have you here.
hey, know those two from Canterlot? Perpetual tourists.
Well, my guests may be looking for lights, music, and parties, but working hard.
Okay, so this guy makes it
It's how I
known,
turn this hotel into
makes it his business to know the important ponies. Particularly when it comes to friendship, apparently.
Excuse me one second. Wise ponies may say the folks that
It's
come
like,
here are tough.
why aren't they more widely known within Equestria, though? But whatever.
That's why there's a 3-for-1 special on apple fritters in the cafe for the next hour. Enjoy!
Would you two like to take a tour of the place? I'm just about to do my rounds and check on my friends who work here.
We do have a friendship problem to find.
Lead the way, Mr. Gladman.
What better way than a tour?
Glad me now, you hear?
Gladman, you're just in time to see my newest move.
New moves or not, I'm glad to have a star like you working for me. I'll tell you what.
Oh, do
He seems friendly enough, but
watch this.
and the people that work there and the ponies that work there seem to like him.
Oh, Mr. Gladman himself is here. Let's run through the whole routine.
Now, don't make a fuss for old me. I'm just going to keep on giving a tour to my new friends, Applejack and Fluttershy.
Howdy.
Hi.
If this pony calls you friend, you're welcome backstage anytime. I owe him my entire career.
Oh, shucks. Well, let's leave the artists to their work.
Doesn't look like there's any friendship problems here.
I've never seen a pink prairie dog before.
I like the folks that come here to have a unique experience.
And we love him for it.
Yep, Siegfried and Roy.
With Gladman's help, we've been able to take care of all these little guys.
Now this place is overwhelming and
He's even got the white tiger cutie mark.
Oh, glad you like
Bengal tiger, whatever they...
Fluttershy,
Oh, come
Yeah.
in.
Though if you're magicians who can actually use magic,
I figured looking for a friendship problem in Las Pegasus would be like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles. But every pony seems to be getting along just fine.
Ladies and gentle ponies, despite what my competition
oh God, I just recognize that voice.
And I assure you there is nothing more
There it is.
than the astounding acrobatics in Gladmane's Pony Fantastique. Now, I suppose that might be true if it weren't for the insistence and far superiorly entertaining presence of the show-stopping exotic animals.
Love that look on Applejack's face when she heard that. She's like, oh God.
Sound familiar?
Yep.
Flim and Flam.
Why, I won't
Arch
dignify that
nemesis.
assertion with response. Except to say that if you were to consider buying your tickets from me, I might consider offering them to you at a substantial discount. I've always thought you get what you pay for, and in my humble opinion, these tickets are a value at twice the price. Don't let this price-gouging charlatan take you for
They're fighting with each other?
charlatan.
Friendship problem found.
How dare you? How dare I?
Unless this is part of their act.
Well, they certainly don't seem to be getting along. You don't suppose we've been brought here to help them?
Absolutely.
Nope. I'm out. Wipe your hose of that. Yeah, I don't think that would make a very good
but they're definitely having trouble.
business practice.
No matter who's
Acting as if you're quarreling with each other because your customers all left. Potential customers.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't know why, but those two have been fighting ever since they got here. I thought giving them these jobs might help, but I guess it just made matters worse.
Trust me, I know those ponies, and you're better off with them apart. Two of them together will cheat the hooves right out from under you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Flim's such a show pony, and Flam has such a head for business. Why, if they ever did work together, they'd be running this place in 2 shakes. Speaking of which, I better get back to work. Y'all enjoy your stay now, you hear?
I'm pretty sure we should help Flim and Flam.
And I'm pretty sure there's another friendship problem here, and I'm gonna search this resort top to bottom till I find it.
Interesting designs for the background ponies.
You didn't travel all
this
the way
episode.
from Ponyville to try to get me to reconcile with my no-account brother. Brother? I don't believe I have one of those. No, I already know what he thinks of me. All show and no substance. Well, if he's so smart, he should have no trouble becoming a big success on his own. Why, he's the greatest sales pony that ever lived, of course. Just ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
I'm sure you could work out your differences if you just sat down and talked to each other.
I'm never speaking to that pony again.
Dance Dance Revolution.
You are ruining my show!
It isn't just your show, and I'm improving it.
You don't pull a rabbit out of a hat.
A potential problem here, too.
That's the point, to give the audience something they've never seen before. Acrobatic magic.
Ta-da!
It's called blending genres, and it's awesome!
Shouldn't some pony do something?
They've been doing this since they started working here. Too bad, really, if they ever stopped shouting at each other. We could take the show on tour. They'd be way more successful than staying at Gladmane's.
Now that sounds like a real friendship problem.
Maybe there's a couple you can take care of.
Stop! What are you doing? It's the
Or a few.
Pink Prairie Dog Pyramid. It's alliterative.
You said a tower. Why do you keep changing everything?
I'm not changing anything. You said pyramid.
You are driving me crazy.
I thought you two got along.
We used to, but we just can't seem to agree on anything anymore.
We used to perform all over Equestria, but if we can't agree on a new act, we might as well stay at Gladmane's forever.
Alright, theory.
Friendship problems in the same theater?
Gladmane is doing stuff to keep them here.
Count Flim and Flam. That's 3 big
Because that's where he makes money.
in the same place.
Well, I don't count Flim and Flam since those two not being friends isn't a problem.
It certainly isn't for Gladmane. Sounds like he's better off with them fighting.
Actually,
And that's another
the other
point there.
pony's problems seem to be good for Gladmane too. Both the trapeze show and the animal act would be better off if they left, but every pony's so busy arguing that they can't.
Do you think he knows?
I don't know, but I'm starting to think we should find out.
Of course Gladmane wants every pony to get along. He's the nicest, most genuine pony I've
So
ever
how is
met.
he doing
Did the
this?
director put you up to this?
I tell you, if
She's getting the inside scoop from the animals.
You are welcome backstage. But if you are speaking of him poorly, you leave!
Gladmane is the kindest, most gentle, most compassionate pony I've ever known. My problem is with him.
I think the animals may be a bit more unbiased.
Benefits from all this feuding is Gladmane, but by all accounts, he's the best friend any of these ponies have.
Well, Bernard, that adorable bunny from the Acrobat's hat, claims that every morning, Gladmane tells the director that the star wants control of the show, and every afternoon tells the star that the director wants to get rid of her. But neither is true. And the flying prairinos, the pink prairie dog
Back
family,
talk.
say Gladmane keeps
What is
changing
that,
the
back
act to
talk?
make each trainer
Talking
think
behind the
Gladmane's
back.
doing it.
So all his talk about friendship is just a load of applesauce. He's getting them all to fight with each other on purpose.
But how can we get every pony to believe that's what he's doing?
There must be a way to trick them into telling the truth.
Gee, if only there was a pony who knew how to trick a trickster.
Well,
Or maybe a pair of ponies?
they would be good at it.
Fine. Guess bringing Flim and Flam back together might be why we're here. Maybe.
Sorry if I don't take the word of some pony off the street, even if that street is in Ponyville.
But Gladmane is behind so many other friendship problems. How can you be sure he isn't the cause of yours?
Because the only problem I have is standing right there.
Same here, Buster.
Do either of you even know what you're fighting over?
Gladmane let me know that ex-brother of mine thinks I'm just a mouthpiece without a single good idea.
Gladmane assured me this former fraternal foal here thinks I couldn't sell heat lamps to yaks.
Sounds to me like neither of you said those things. Why'd you believe Gladmane when he said you did?
Why would he lie?
Because he's afraid that the two of you together could move in and take over his resort.
And if I'm telling you he said it, you know it's the absolute truth because
You never lie. Oh, brother of mine, I think it's
Well,
time.
now guess who's gonna own the place?
We don't have the chickens. How about the Baltimore Flare?
My flair isn't what it used to be.
Listen here, y'all. If you're a friend of mine, you're entitled to a free night stay. And every pony here is a friend of mine. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you thinking what I am?
The High Roller Hustle.
the what now?
Sir Estes, when we're done, there won't be a pony in town who doesn't know the apple-jackiest truth about Gladmane. That is, assuming you two are willing to help.
What size gown do you wear?
Gown? On which one? I mean, Fluttershy maybe would be better off and would feel comfortable in a gown.
Matriarch of the rich family. Impossibly rich. She's one of the wealthiest ponies in Equestria.
Well,
Yep.
why didn't some pony tell me? You know how I like to give VIP
It's Fluttershy.
my personal touch.
Well, she's not exactly a guest. Word is she's planning a resort of her own.
I think she's here to scout the competition.
Oh, really?
And with her bits, she could take over the whole strip, hire away any pony she wants. And not me, of course.
Nope, showing his true colors.
Good for nothing brother on the other hoof.
Impossibly rich. What an honor it is to have you at my humble 5-hook resort. I'm sure Flam has done an excellent job showing you around, but nothing could beat a person like you from the main himself.
You'll have to excuse Ms. Rich. She saves the energy other ponies spend talking out loud and uses it to make more money. She'd love a personal tour. Say in about an hour?
Well, that sounds right pleasant. And if you can break away for a moment, Flam, I'd love to see you in my office so I can get ready.
Are all of you sure this is a good idea?
Absolutely. Gladmane is one fish that's hooked but good.
I sure hope you two know what you're doing.
Oh, don't you worry. When it comes to throwing ponies off their game,
no two ponies do it better than us.
Can't argue with that.
That's a fair point. But now you're using it for good.
Hey there, boss. Impossibly Rich is just about ready for that tour. So what do you want to see me about?
Actually, there's something I want you to see. The grand plan. Every hotel on this strip is amazing as this one, and every one of them mine. And all it'll take is a little sales pony ship like this. Hey there, friends. Oh.
If you think my resort is fantastic, wait till you see Pony Fantastic. Tickets are on sale now. 2 for the price of 1.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I know Impossibly Rich has probably made you a tempting offer to come work for her.
Well, now that you mention it...
And as your friend, I'd never tell you what to do, but no pony's gonna stand in the way of my plans no matter how rich she is. And I sure wouldn't want you to end up on the losing side. Think you might consider staying here?
Yeah.
Well, all right, then.
They're coming!
And last but not least, Miss Rich, the jewel in my crown.
Impossibly wants you to know she's very impressed, but doesn't think you can keep a resort of this caliber going for long.
Oh, and why is that?
Because you've got the best talent in the industry. What stops them from just leaving to join any competitor?
Well, you see, I have a trick for that, I must confess. And it all has to do with how I handle my employees.
And how is that?
Well, like friends, of course. And I treat every one of my employees with the kindness they deserve.
Yeah, like you really thought he was gonna...
Nothing else?
Nope, just friendship. But you know all about friendship, don't you? Fluttershy?
You knew the whole time?
Never try to con a con pony.
Why aren't you recording that? Or broadcasting that?
I'd have thought you'd hit the road by now.
Whether we were able to fool you or not, you can't just go on keeping ponies from getting along. It's just mean.
Now, maybe it is, but it's a meanness that works. Unlike your pathetic little ploy. I practically invented the high roller hustle. But I suppose I should be impressed. You're the only ponies to ever figure out the secret to my success. It takes a lot of work keeping every pony fighting, but as long as I keep them convinced that I'm their only friend, all of Las Pegasus will be mine. Oh, you can't trick a confession out of a pony like me. I am always one step
Then what did you just do?
Well, you better check your hooves, because you just stepped in a confession.
Oh, no. Oh, no, what? Wait.
Did that sound okay?
Never better!
Flam and Flam told us you'd see right through the fake rich pony bit, and that once you did, you wouldn't be able to resist gloating about it. This was all part of the plan.
Oh, now, friends.
Flam and Flam are good. I'll give him, yeah, I gotta give credit for that.
Enough of that, darling. Oh, I cannot believe we let him almost ruin our friendship.
And our act. Good luck finding another one.
Wait! No! Y'all come back! Come on,
Wonder if they're related to that one that works in Rarity's Manhattan boutique. Yep, Elvis reference.
Wasn't on the fritz after all. If it weren't for your history with Flim and Flam, you never would have been so determined to find some pony else to help, and we never would have found out what Gladmane was doing.
And if it weren't for you wanting to show even those two pond ponies kindness, we never would have been able to trick the trickster. It must have felt pretty nice to finally put all your conniving and cheating skills to good use.
In fact, we like to think of it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Emphasis on the once.
What do you mean?
While this establishment undergoes a slight change in management, my brother and I want
Yep, they're going to be running the place now.
the pinnacle of Las Pegasus entertainment, which is why we invite each and every one of you to experience the wonder of the Pony Fantastic Theater at half the normal cost of admission.
And while you're appreciating this historic venue, totally devoid of performance of any kind, we invite you to use the wonder of your own imaginations to fill the space at no additional charge.
So, they pretty much just straight up said there's no show. You're just going to be sitting in an empty room. Or in a theater that's has no performers. But go ahead and imagine something if we want, and we're not even going to charge you to imagine stuff in our building. Yeah. The biggest snake oil salesman I've ever seen. Alright, so Flim Flam episode and a map episode. They're not completely changed though. They are still very much Flim and Flam. So yeah, that was an entertaining episode. Got to see Las Pegasus, and yeah, I was kind of expecting like like a desert city. Never seen much of anything in the desert except for Appaloosa and Dodge City. Actually, I've seen a bit of the desert, but not a big city like Las Pegasus. But yeah, should have figured. It's interesting that they turned it Las Pegasus, which was just kind of initially just a throwaway joke, and they made it in world building stuff and created this awesome design. It's a cloud city, so that's pretty cool too, Las Pegasus. That makes sense. I like the design. I like the city. Want to see more of it in the future and see possibly what the Flim Flam brothers get up to. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And I'm just going to end this one here. Until next time, take care. Bye.